Jaruzelski himself, instead of being the first secretary, that wasn't his main role anymore. Instead, there was a military junta, basically, that was created, the Military Council of National Salvation, in Polish, the acronym WRONA, meaning crow. And these were the people that illegally took power on that day. Jaruzelski was made to that military junta leader. It was announced, the decision was taken at midnight on December 12th. So in the morning hours of December 13th, you had military units that were taken out of the barracks across the country. Naturally, the secret police came into action, and the so-called, the hated ZOMO units, which were basically militarized paramilitary units that were repressing people, supported by ORMO, which was crewed by volunteers. So these volunteers naturally were considered traitors by the rest of the population. And they cracked down against prominent dissidents across the country, raiding their homes, arresting them in the morning hours of December 13th. Quickly, the Solidarity movement tried to mobilize, tried to get out on the street, tried to start a general strike, tried to protest, but they were met with bludgeons, tear gas, various form of rubber bullets, and also a lot of aggressive driving by these military trucks that would drive into crowds in an attempt to disperse them, and thus wounding many people. There are some different estimates about how many people were arrested and lost their lives, but a figure of around 100 is probable. We're not talking about that first night, but throughout the period of martial law, somewhere around 100 is probable, maybe slightly more. However, it also led to tens of thousands of people being arrested, some of them for shorter periods of time, many until the end of martial law, so meaning 1983. But also there were many that were kept behind bars until a general amnesty in 1986. So for many, those prison sentences were quite hard. Also, it led to an enormous exodus from Poland of dissidents and other people who felt that they did not have a future in Poland after what had happened. So, according to some estimates, nearly 1 million people left Poland at the time. Many moved to Scandinavia, to Germany, some to the UK, and naturally many went to America as well. So this was a huge event in Polish history. The crackdown would continue in the continuing days. Probably the bloodiest event was, or the bloodiest event was, the crackdown on the Wujek coal mine, during which 9 coal miners were simply shot when they were trying to resist the authorities by launching a strike deep down in their mine. Also, there was general repression from the security services. There were more and more wiretapping. There were more and more cases of these agents trying to infiltrate various groups. So in Polish society, especially within the trade union, there was a huge paranoia because anyone could technically be an informer, and if you were somehow involved in this dissident work, then you simply risked a severe jail sentence, and you would lose your job. The repercussions for your family were very poor. Also, often there was a form of collective punishment that your children would not be able to attend the university they wanted to. So people were certainly pressed into refraining from working and organizing in the Solidarity trade union.
Adam, I'm just going to have to interrupt you there. The clock in the corner of the studio is winking that our time is over, but we will pick it up if we may next time. There we are. I've had to interrupt Adam almost in mid-sentence, but fear not. If you join us next time, as we hope you will, here on Poland Daily History, we'll pick up the story. In the meantime, thank you for watching.